And we're back for the first time. It's your main man, Clubber D, the Combat G, and ask your mom because I think she knows me. And I got my homeboy, my brother from another, and he might be an other, my man, D and Bayoan Malave here. What's going on, brother?
Hey, man, not much. Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to experiment on the Clubber D podcast and really just talk about some things that are on my mind. You know, you and I, we call each other a lot. We talk about a lot of things. And we thought it would be a good idea to just kind of tell some things that were chapping our britches a little bit. So, you know, one thing that's been chapping my britches a little bit, I was reminiscing, and I was thinking about when we were old enough to buy alcohol. When we were finally old enough to buy alcohol, we were 21. Daddy Dale would drive us around.
Shout out to Dale the Snail.
Dale the Snail. He would drive us around. He was always designated driver. And we would go into your local 7-Eleven, your bodega, what have you, your what was that store that they had there?
What, Handy Dandy?
Handy Dandy. You go into your Handy Dandy. Can you transition from Jolt Cola? And we really thought we were...
Not the Jolt. We thought you were sicing it up back in the day with Jolt Cola. Like, hey, man, I'm staying up all day, man. I'm going to do my homework. I'm drinking Jolt. Yeah. You got F's. Shut the fuck up.
Jolt Cola was just liquid cocaine is all it was.
Pretty much. And he had a gum.
So when we were finally old enough to buy alcohol, man, we really thought we were doing it with those Smirnoff Ices, didn't we?
Oh, man. All the day. So Smirnoff to like Goldschlager and all the other stuff, you should stop drinking if they still make that stuff. But yeah, I want you on that. We thought we was the man back then.
Yo, I also wanted to just mention that my head is shiny as shit in this studio. I'll call it like I see it, bro.
Yeah, like a rainbow money shot translucent up there.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to mess with the lights.
Nah, you're good. You're good.
What you got, man? What's on your mind?
Well, you know, I'm gonna piggyback on that on back in the day because that's like a transition into things we shouldn't drink at our age that we drank before. Okay. Shout out to the homie Lamar. We did have 40s on his 40th birthday. That's a good theme type party. So if it's a theme type party, I'm with that. But if you're buying a 40 on a Tuesday night to eat cheese puffs and watch TV, you got a problem. If you're still drinking Goldschlager and you're past 35, that's a problem. If you're still drinking Bud Light, Bud Ice, what else is out there? Milwaukee's Best, all that cheap stuff, still reserved 211s. If you are breaking the bank to buy that stuff, you might need to quit. Let's put that out there, all right?
So no alcohol for the dinner drink?
I mean, you could do that, but if it's a Mad Dog 2020, why? Well, yeah, because you know you're eating a well done steak if you're drinking Mad Dog. That just comes with it. That in Boone's Farm. There's no way you're getting a rare or medium rare. I'm sorry, steak. You're getting well done. It's probably like one of them joints you put in a refrigerator, TV dinner. That's what I think. Like if you're enjoying a meal and you got a Mad Dog or a Boone's Farm, it's a TV dinner.
Boone's Farm.
I'll accept that.
Okay. Yeah, you better have something in your stomach if you're down on the 40 for sure.
Oh man,
absolutely. Yeah, I don't drink shots like much anymore. I feel like when I go out, I'll nurse on like a double shot of Grand Marnier or something like that, you know, over the evening.
It's maturing, my friend. It's maturing. And like you mentioned, something that kind of chaps my ass, pause if applicable, is scammers from top to bottom, from your high budget period scheme. I think it's a Susu, to even the Nigerian uncles that would email you back in the day, from scammers to that level, all the way to the low budget scammers that will hit you up on social media with a copy and paste. Woe is me. Get to the point. What do you want? $1? Because you're not getting it. But you know, those type of people, I can't stand a scammer. You know, like scammers and liars, or just the people that there was always that one guy in high school that would stand by the vending machine and beg for your extra quarter all the time. I wanted to ask him, how much did you make at the end of the period when they said, hey, you know what, I'm gonna get me a Surge soda, you know what I'm saying, it's 75 cents. How many quarters did you collect? Did you ever buy something, or just use that money, take the OmniLink home somewhere? For all you Northern Virginia people, you know what the OmniLink is. Some of y'all dusty, so take it. I'm not judging.
Hey, yeah, you know the OmniLink. Shout out to OmniLink. But no, absolutely. No, with the way you hack the matrix is you just come with exact change.
Mm-hmm.
Those very fines at the time were what, 65 cents, something like this.
Oh man, a very fine. Jeez Louise, you took it back in the day.
You hit the very fine machine, and you get the crumb donuts.
The crumb. I was a powdered. I used to do the powdered sugar joints, and then I got tired of being all over my clothes, so I started just doing the regular chocolate ones, or the plain ones. Don't sleep on the plain ones. You know what I'm saying?
That was it.
Back in the day.
You didn't get the powder ones because they would fall onto your shirt. You got to eat them leaning forward, and now you look a little funny. You know, biting forward on your donut.
You know, that's a professional fat move right there. That is, I'm a seasoned fat because each season I'm fat. So I'm a seasonal fat. You know what I'm saying? I'm just one of those type people. So I know all the tricks in the trade when you got to lean forward and make sure you don't get none. Especially if you got a beard, you got to eat a certain way so it doesn't get on your beard. Mine's not as long as it used to be, but I get it. You know, some of y'all, I'm not going to say that joke. I'm going to keep it. I'll keep that joke.
I'm a fat kid at heart for sure, man. And, Puerto Ricans, we got to put sauce on everything. So we can't have anything without sauce. I mean,
I wonder if there's like a Puerto Rican out there who doesn't like rice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wonder if there's always that one person that's just off the beaten path. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always wondered that.
I would tell you what, if they didn't like rice, I just kick them out of my house. That's all. That's all it is to it. It's like blasphemy, right? Like, I'm not gonna have you speak ill in my house. Mm-hmm. So you got to take that energy elsewhere, man. I can't have it.
I'm with you on that. Like, I've been kicked out of the house plenty of times growing up, so I already know. And growing up when I was at my dad's house all the time, red beans and rice, neck bones and rice. They're folks from Louisiana, so we grew up on some type of rice elements: neck bones, red beans, or just rice. I was dusty back then. I used to make ketchup sandwiches. I used to make the syrup sandwiches, the ketchup and cheese sandwich. You know what I'm saying? Y'all never lived if you never had one of those. You never lived, I tell you.
Yeah, I was addicted to buttered toast, man. Absolutely. Remember coming up, we had those button-down T-shirts, the ones that you got to up against the wall. They had the whole full pattern Japanese. Man, they really had us geeked out in those Japanese button-downs, man. I'm thinking about bringing them back.
Yo, no bull. One of my homeboys I was in the military with posted a picture, and he was like, "Clothes, remember this?" 'Cause I used to have those things all the time, and I'd never forget. I had a Tiger one, and my dumb ass tried to iron it on a piping hot iron and just put a hole in it. You would thought someone slapped my whole family and did like a paintbrush. Like, I was so pissed that I ruined this shirt, and I need to check my closet. I might have a couple of those. I used to have a Fantastic Four one with Mr. Fantastic stretching all over where it's an echo joint. Those were heavy, like the Japanese pattern ones, or the sweater vest crowd. When we got a little older, everybody was rocking sweater vests and things like that going to the club. I had never really rocked a sweater vest, but for some reason people want to act like it was like casual dressing was in our early 20s, and along with sweatsuits, and I used to have that Echo velour sweatsuit I rocked all
Windbreakers. For the folks watching at home, throw in the comments the things you remember back in the day that we used to wear, the things we used to do coming up back in the 90s.
Please do, please, because I need to know, because some people say Janko jeans where they lived, they were heavy. People rocked those around where we stayed. The straight leg crease, that was more like a down south thing. I didn't see that until I got a little older. But it's funny to see all these different styles that we used to do, and just trends in general. Because back in the day, on a Friday night, at a certain age, your parent went to Blockbuster and got those two movies or a video game and a popcorn and a 2-liter. That was it. Like, if you was doing something like that on a Friday night, man, you had a great childhood. Watching Urkel. I grew up, my dad used to let me and my brother stay up to watch Def Comedy Jam. That was like one of the best things ever.
I mean, if you want to take it back even further than that, I mean, if you come outside of Rumsco Village, Greenwich Hills, you had the Arrows video store next to the Old Country Buffet. It really was dollar video. Like, you could get movies for $1.
It's there. That element is just so gone. And like before Netflix and chill, it was you go to Blockbuster, get you a couple movies, popcorn, little 2-liter.
Blockbuster and Busted.
Yeah. Oh, Blockbuster and Busted.
That was the original Airbnb.
Yeah, you got dang right. Shit, I'll take her to the pull out palace. God dang it.
Blockbuster and Busted, man.
You got to call the cleaning crew after that. A real G, she be like, throw the towel right back at you.
You know, with DVDs, you could always take it to the end credit music and then back at the title screen.
Yeah.
Blockbuster and Busted, it just starts to auto rewind. That's how you didn't. There was no, are you still watching this? Just auto rewind.
I was thinking about Blockbuster and Busted. What's so funny? It's funny because we're in that era where Netflix and chill is a thing, and then Blockbuster and I can't think of one for Hollywood videos. If y'all have one around y'all, it's kind of the same thing as Blockbuster.
Netflix really was. I mean, in a sense, Netflix pushed itself like Redbox pushed itself. It pushed itself like CDs out of a trunk at first.
Pretty much.
You know what I mean? But it was just like Redbox, but then you had to have the movie shipped to you through online, or you found a spot where they had the disc. That was crazy, man. Netflix really pushed their shit out of the back of a trunk, like.
Well, and I think Redbox took Blockbuster out of business, and then Netflix took Redbox out of business. So it's like a cycle, and now, you know, Netflix is hanging on because you got all these other streaming services. But you know, it's kind of interesting how that works. You know, it just proves no one's going to be on top, or no entity is going to be on top forever. There's always be some type of competition that'll come in and slide your ass about the way. You know what I'm saying? And
it's always evolving.
I'm gonna segue to something different. I have what you call reactive pettiness. I'm only petty when provoked. Okay, I'm a Taurus. I'm a very, you know, don't cross this type person because we can cut you off. But when I'm driving, there is so many things that triggers my road rage, which I don't understand. And one of the main things is when I go to Virginia Beach, when I go to the 757 or Norfolk or whatever, and I go through that tunnel, why do people slow down in the tunnel? I never understood it when I lived down there. It's just the last place I would want to slow down would be in the tunnel. Because if shit hits the fan, I'm not Aquaman. I can't go stop water. Like, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I have that same fear
I
every
just
time.
don't understand why.
I have that same fear every time of just like seeing the water bust through and then asking myself, could I swim? The answer's no. The answer's no.
No, you're done. You're done, Ski.
Safeguard. And I don't know, you know, it's really risky because a lot of accidents that happen in the tunnel, you always assume, I mean, you hit one of those walls just right.
I'm sure there's takes a lot of damage to break water through, but still, the fear would be there. Say you're halfway through the joint. Like, the worst is when they shut down one side of the tunnel and you gotta wait. And you gotta go that one lane and you're just going on slow and you're just like, man, please let me get through this. I'm sorry for everything I did.
Honestly, I've never been over that Chesapeake Bay Bridge that's over all the water.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been over that.
Really?
Yeah.
We went over it last time. I went over there a couple times. You know, the worst is I never forget. I forgot what hurricane it was that we got up here, and I was driving up here during the hurricane, and the water was going crazy under the Norfolk Tunnel Bridge. You know, once I got out the tunnel and the wind hit my car and everything, and I was like, man, this might be it. What
other kind of petty? You have any other petty traits, like things that you do petty that you can say off a fact you do? Like, for example,
so if you're turning left, stop. If you're at a light and you're turning left, if you do a U-turn and slow the flow, there should be some type of signal. Like, hold your arm out, go like this. Do something. Do this. I don't care, but do something to I know you're doing a U-turn because you're slowing me up. Because what I'll do, I'm following you with the middle finger. It's gonna, it's following you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I stare at people. I don't get real aggressive driving, get on their ass, nothing like that. Right. But I'm a high beam person, and I'm also a dirty look. And once you look at them, looking
behind them, you high beam them.
What? Shoot, you think it was Superman behind you looking hard?
Somebody high beamed me once, and I remember reacting just like this. I don't know what I did to offend this person, but they high beamed me, so obviously they could see everything I was doing. So all I did was slowly reach up, and I just hit the mirror thing, hit the knife When it takes away all the glare. So I was like, okay, well, there's a deterrent to that.
Yeah. Hey, it's kind of like also remember Naked Gun? What's Naked Gun? When a driving instructor's like, all right, Allie, pull out your hand. Pull out your middle finger. The student driver.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Now drive off.
Yeah, now drive off. And she's like,
That was great. You know, they're re-releasing that with Liam Neeson.
Really?
Yeah. Yo,
Holy
Frank
moly.
Drebin, The
That's
Naked
classic
Gun.
movies.
Mm-hmm.
O.J. Simpson.
Yep, back before O.J. did it.
Those are some great movies. But yeah, man. So this is a thing we're just gonna have fun with, and we're just gonna do some random thoughts from time to time. Hopefully, we'll think of a name, but until we think of a name for our stuff, we're gonna call it Random Thoughts with B and D, and then we'll go from there. Hopefully, you guys will say some stuff in the comment section, and we can go off that.
So some random thoughts. We'd love to hear your random thoughts, and we'll go off of your random thoughts and tell you what we think about those thoughts.
You got dang all right.
You got the greatest thoughts. And he's got better thoughts. And they're good. And they're good thoughts.
They're good. I wish I was Godfrey. I could do a good one. I'm not even going to attempt because I'm terrible at it. Hey, y'all check us out. If you made it this far, we're going to chop this up. We're going to chop and screw it up, just like your moms on Thursday nights. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have fun with this. Like, subscribe, all that stuff, and we'll check you later. Peace.
Later.